Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from Cinema Sound. Today we're going to be looking at a little open box action with the new JBL LSR 306. Now you've seen me do all kinds of reviews and everything on 305 Mark 1s, 305 Mark 2s, 308 Mark 1s, the Series 7s that are behind me, all kinds of things. But today we're going to take a look at what's in the box of 306. And stay tuned for a review of the 306 as compared to the 305s. It's going to be dope. So here we go. I like to open boxes from the bottom, and so we go. There we go. Styrofoam stereophonic. Nice. Well packed. I like to keep my boxes around because whenever I have to move them anywhere, they're great shipping containers in a sense. Don't take them on the plane though. You can see in here, there it is. I'm just going to pull this out of here because the bottom is the woofer, which I can feel that it is. And the hole for this is at the top, so I know I'm not going to accidentally mash the tweeter, which would be a total drag. Here we go. Put this here, put this down for a second because there's more juice in there. Now, if you open this from the top, the cable and everything else is up there, which is great. Nice tape here for this cloth. Pulling this off. There. Now, if you're used to seeing Mark 1s, then this is going to look a little different for you. Oh, no, actually, here is the cable. Power cable taped to this covering cloth. But if you're used to a Mark II 305, it looks pretty identical. It's got all this nice, cool, plasticky stuff here. Make sure you can see it. Yes. Let's pull this off so you can see. Yay, yeah, it looks very, very close to a 305 Mark II. There's the sides, yes, fantastic. And there's the back. There's a Series 3, the LSR 3 Mark II. It's got an XLR on the LSR. Quarter inch, it's got the volume. Let's see, did they detente this one? Yes, they do. I'm not really a fan of that they detente it, but there it is. Power, pretty standard. And what do we got here? I've got boundary EQ switches and high frequency trim. And then, of course, the dip switch for input sensitivity. Let's see what else is in here. Now, that is actually a really nice size between the 305 and the 308. It really feels like it's sort of halfway. Never get rid of these. These are so useful. Let's see what's down here. This would be at the top of the box. And last but not least is the little manual thing that tells you all the things to do and how to unpack it, which it clearly says to not unpack the way I just did. And then you have little feet. I don't know if you can see these here. Let's see. Yeah, four little feet to set them on things. But obviously, this is nowhere near what you'd want to use to acoustically decouple your speaker from what it's on. You'd want to use something like these recoil stabilizers to really remove it. But this keeps it from skidding if you're on a no-stick surface. Let's take a look at what this looks like compared to the 305s. Oh, all right. Well, here's a pair of 305s. One's a Mark 1 and Mark 0.2. I believe screen left, this one over here is, yes, this is the Mark 1, and this one over here is your Mark 2. And you can see they're pretty radically different in how they're made, and we've done videos on this before. The tweeter is actually a slightly different variety in the Mark II, a little bit better. The woofers are primarily the same. Let's take a look at the back, just for fun, just because I may not have done this before. Here is the back. Now you've got, this is the Mark I, and this is the Mark II. Let me get it in the light here so you can see a little bit better. There we go, there. Nice, you can see, pretty much the same stuff that's on the back, just different graphics. Now I'm going to drop, carefully, the Mark I, keep the Mark II, put this in here, and here is the 306, which is definitely bigger. Here we go. Let me get these in the light here. Of course, I'm getting a parallax, so it looks a little bit differently. Put these bottom to bottom. This is bottom to bottom. You can see here, bottom to bottom. It's definitely a bigger speaker. I mean, bigger what do you call it? The wood thing. It's a cabinet. That's what I wanted to say. Bigger cabinet. But the woofer is really what makes the difference. The tweeter and the horn. The horn's a little bit larger on the 306, but definitely the same size of tweeter. I know that they changed it a little bit. Let's turn these around here so you can see the back, which are going to be predominantly the same. You're going to look at them and go, they're pretty much exactly the same, except for the fact that one's larger than the other. So that's the 306. And like I said, we're going to be doing reviews, maybe some music tests, testing the 305 with the 306 and the 104s and maybe even the Series 7s just to see how well these 306s do. If you've gotten any value out of this video at all, thank you for subscribing to our channel and come visit us at cinemasound.com where we have hundreds and hundreds of videos and articles to get you that unfair competitive advantage in Hollywood deliverables that you may not be able to get in independent media. And we look forward to seeing you there. Until then, we'll see you in the studio.
Even if it's for yourself.